Let's talk about forgiveness, because I know you're struggling with it. I know there's someone in your life, or maybe multiple people, who hurt you. And you're stuck. You want to move on, but you can't. You want to let go, but something inside you won't allow it. Remember, that's completely normal. Forgiveness is hard, like really hard. It's one of the most difficult things a human being can do. And if you're finding it impossible right now, that doesn't make you bitter, petty, or weak. It makes you human. Your brain literally fights against it. Your heart wants justice. Your soul wants them to feel what you felt, to understand what they did, to acknowledge the damage they caused. And when they don't, when they move on like nothing happened, when they never apologize, never take responsibility, never even seem to care, that makes it 1,000 times harder. How are you supposed to forgive someone who isn't even sorry? How are you supposed to let go when they're out there living their best life while you're still dealing with the aftermath of what they did to you? It feels unfair. It feels wrong. It feels like forgiving them means they got away with it. Like you're saying what they did was okay. Like you're letting them off the hook. But can I tell you something that might change your perspective? Forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. I know you've heard that before. I know it sounds like one of those cliché self-help quotes that doesn't actually help. But stay with me, because I'm going to explain why this changes everything. When you hold on to anger, resentment, and bitterness, you're not punishing them. You're punishing yourself. They've moved on. They're living their life. Maybe they think about you sometimes. Maybe they don't. But either way, they're not sitting around consumed by what happened the way you are. You're the one replaying the situation over and over. You're the one losing sleep. You're the one carrying this weight every single day. You're the one whose life is being affected by something that's already in the past. They hurt you once. But by holding on to it, you're hurting yourself over and over again. That's what unforgiveness does. It keeps you trapped in the past. It keeps you tied to someone who doesn't deserve any more of your time, energy, or mental space. It gives them power over your peace, your joy, your future, and the worst part, they probably don't even know it. They're out there living freely while you're in prison. A prison you built yourself trying to make them pay. That's why forgiveness is so important. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. But here's where it gets tricky. Most people misunderstand what forgiveness actually means. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It doesn't mean you have to pretend it didn't hurt. It doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life. It doesn't mean you have to trust them again or give them another chance. Forgiveness simply means you're releasing yourself from the emotional prison of holding on to what happened. It means you're choosing your peace over your pain, your future over your past, your freedom over your need for revenge. It means you're saying, what you did hurt me, it changed me, but I'm not going to let it define me. I'm not going to let you control my life anymore. I'm letting go of this weight so I can finally move forward. That's forgiveness. It's not about them. It's about you reclaiming your power. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds great, but how? How do I actually do that when the pain is still so real? Here's the honest answer. It's not a one-time thing. It's a process, and it takes time. You don't just wake up one day and decide to forgive, and suddenly you're healed. It doesn't work like that. Forgiveness is something you choose over and over again until one day you realize the weight is lighter, the pain is duller, the anger isn't consuming you anymore. So how do you start? First, feel what you need to feel. Don't try to rush past the pain. Don't try to force forgiveness before you're ready. Allow yourself to be angry, to be hurt, to grieve what you lost, whether that's a relationship, trust, time, or a version of yourself you can't get back. Feel it fully, because you can't heal what you won't acknowledge. Second, understand that forgiving them doesn't require their participation. You don't need an apology to let go. You don't need them to understand what they did. You don't need closure from them. You can give yourself closure. Write them a letter you never send. Say everything you need to say, then burn it, delete it, tear it up, whatever feels right. Release those words and let them go. Third, stop replaying the story. Your brain wants to keep going over what happened, analyzing it, trying to make sense of it. But every time you replay it, you're reliving the pain. You're keeping the wound open. When your mind goes there, gently redirect it. Say, that's in the past. I'm choosing to focus on now. It takes practice, but it works. Fourth, separate the person from the pain. This is important. The person who hurt you might have been important to you once. They might have been good to you in other ways. Forgiveness allows you to hold both truths, They mattered to you and they hurt you. You can acknowledge the good memories without erasing the bad ones. Fifth, set boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean allowing them back into your life. You can forgive someone and still choose to keep your distance. You can forgive someone and still protect yourself from being hurt again. Forgiveness and boundaries can coexist. Sixth, practice self-compassion. Stop beating yourself up for not being over it yet. Stop feeling guilty for still feeling hurt. Healing isn't linear. Some days will be harder than others. That's okay. Be patient with yourself. And finally, and this is the most important part, forgiveness is for you to feel free, not for you to forget what happened. You're allowed to remember. You're allowed to learn from it. You're allowed to use that experience to become wiser, stronger, more careful about who you trust. Forgiveness doesn't erase your memory. It just removes the emotional charge. It allows you to think about what happened without your heart racing, without your stomach dropping, without that anger rising up in your chest. That's freedom. That's peace. That's what you deserve. Look, I'm not going to tell you it's easy. I'm not going to tell you it happens overnight. And I'm not going to tell you that you have to forgive everyone who's ever hurt you. Some wounds are deep. Some betrayals cut so close to the bone that forgiveness feels impossible. And if you're not ready, that's okay too. Don't force it. Don't let anyone shame you for not being there yet. But I will tell you this. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It destroys you from the inside out. It robs you of joy, peace, and the ability to fully move forward. So when you're ready, not when anyone else tells you to be ready, but when you are ready, choose yourself. Choose your peace. Choose your freedom. Let go of what's holding you back. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. You deserve to wake up without that weight on your chest. You deserve to move through your day without that anger simmering underneath. You deserve to build a future that isn't haunted by your past and forgiveness. That's how you get there. It's not about them. It never was. It's about you taking back control of your life. It's about you deciding that what happened to you won't define what happens next. So forgive them for you. Release them for you. Let go for you because you deserve peace. You deserve joy. You deserve a life that isn't weighed down by bitterness and resentment. And the moment you choose forgiveness, the moment you truly let go, that's the moment you get your power back. That's the moment you're finally free.